Hello, book-loving friends. Thank you for joining me. This is the first Spill the Tea book chat. I'm Dee Armstrong, and we're spilling the tea on Bridgerton, The Duke and I by Julia Quinn. I have a lot of people in here joining me. For some reason, the computer is talking to me again. There we go. There we go. Over here on my right, that might be your left, is my daughter, Katrina. And over here, we have Dawana, and she is my son's girlfriend. Hopefully more. We'll just keep that going. We won't spill too much. She's going to be my Vanna. And say hello in the group chat because we're giving away a free signed copy, Miss Vanna, of Bridgerton, The Duke and I, signed by Julia Quinn. And wait, one more.
Oh, here we go.
There we go. Perfect. Signed by Julia Quinn. And we're also giving away 3 copies. The grand prize will be the signed copy by Bridgerton by Julia Quinn and a signed copy of Visions of Emerald, which is my book, signed by me. And then we're giving away 2 other copies of Visions of Emerald, signed by me. Really excited. I hope you have seen either on Netflix or read the book, The Duke and I, but let's do a quick recap on it. It's set in London, England in 1813. It's a story about Daphne, who has come of age and is looking for a husband to fulfill her duty in life. Yes, that's the only duty she gets in life, is to get a husband and have children. What do we think about that?
It's ridiculous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, she's too smart for the men in the ton. Well, I think that might be a thing anyways. Women are just smart. Simon, sorry, we're not man bashing too much. Simon's a man who stuttered as a child and is rejected by his father. He returns to London as the Duke since his father has passed away, and he doesn't want a wife or a child ever because he doesn't want his child to stutter like him. And they come up with a plan to pretend that they're courting so that the men will want Daphne, because of course if a duke wants Daphne, everyone must want Daphne. And the mamas, oh wait, I forgot to tell you, we have a resident Brit here with us. He's off camera. Stevers, oh hi Lacey, joining from Arizona, hey. Stevers, tell me this, the mamas and the daughters leave Simon alone because he's going after Daphne. In Britland, how would you say mamas and the daughters?
The mothers and the daughters.
I thought you guys were mums. So it would be mamas?
Mummy.
The mummies.
Like the wrapped up people.
Okay, the mummies and the daughter leave Simon alone because he's made his intentions for Daphne. when Simon and Daphne are found in a compromising position, they are forced to marry. And Daphne marries with the knowledge that Simon can't have children. But soon she finds out that Simon can have children, he just chooses not to. And only through coming to grips with the pain caused by his father and Daphne's love can he fully embrace marriage and have children with Daphne, and they live happily ever after. Okay, that was just my quick recap. But everyone, please remember to say hello in the chat because we are giving away these books, so I need to make sure that I have everybody's names. Tell me, Dawana, who was your favorite character?
So my favorite character was someone who was in the show a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
She was also in the book, but mine was Penelope. Because she was just so much fun. She had so much personality and just so much life to her.
Definitely. I loved Penelope. I'm going to talk more about Penelope. Casey, who is your favorite character?
I completely agree. I mean, I do love Daphne, and I love how she socked him in the jaw. That was awesome. But
Getting a black belt, that's your heart, right?
but I completely agree with everything you said. She was just a really strong character, and I really liked her.
Definitely. Okay, now, my characters, Simon was smexy hot. I have to admit, he was very smexy hot. Daphne was beautiful, but in the Netflix version, I felt Eloise Bridgerton stole the show. When she yelled up, "Daphne, make haste!" Oh my God, I thought it was so funny. And then she turned with this how did I do? And it was so stinking funny. And I love the way that the actress Claudia Jessie moved, the way she spoke, the way she held her head. She was adventurous and smart, loyal to her family and friends. I mean, what more could you want in a character? And I agree with you guys. Nicholas Coolin? I think that's how you say her last name. I'm looking at Stevers. Coolin as Penelope Featherton. I loved her, and it could be because she was also in Dairy Girls, which is on BritBox and Netflix. I love the Dairy Girls show. So it could be because I already loved her from that, but it also could be because the friendship that she had with Eloise. I loved how the girls bantered and how they had each other's backs, and it was a true friendship. But that was me for that. Okay, who is your favorite brother? Oh, hi, Sheila. I just want to say hi. Joining from Augusta, Georgia. Thank you for coming, Sheila. That's very exciting. Is that your aunt?
This my yes.
Say
Hi,
hello.
Sheila.
We love family. All right, so who is your favorite brother? If you guys put it in the chat if you had a favorite brother in the book. Oh, Lacey loved Lady Danbury. Oh, my God. Lady Danbury was pretty awesome. She had that elegance to her. I loved Lady Danbury. Plus, she was such a great mentor character for Simon in trying to grow him into the man that she felt he could be. And then we're going to get to this later, but in the book, she was not a major character at all. No, it was the nurse that helped Simon get rid of his stuttering. So definitely. But who was your favorite brother?
My favorite was Colin, because he and Daphne, they were really close in age. They had a really good relationship, so he was my favorite.
Could it also be because he and Penelope end up being a love match?
Yes, well,
Yeah.
You've already hated them. I'm sorry. You've decided they're going together.
but yeah, I think they, he was really supportive. I think Anthony was kind of like that, or Anthony was his name. He was kind of like that scary big brother, but Colin was just kind of like the loving, like fun brother. So I liked him.
Yeah. How about you, Case?
I agree, but I definitely think that the eldest brother, he just got on my nerves.
Yeah.
He was messing with the relationships way too much, and so he couldn't even be on my list.
Yeah.
I get being a big brother, but he was too involved.
Yeah, definitely. And plus, in the book, the oldest brother, Anthony, he wasn't that controlling. And in fact, they told, Simon and Daphne told him that it was the charade, that their relationship was a charade, and why they were doing it. But the Netflix decided to take it further, and man, I just wanted to smack that boy a couple times. He was such a troublemaker. But I have to admit that I was confused by the brothers in the movie, and they looked so much alike that I started addressing them by Brother A, Brother B, and Brother C, because they reminded me of an 1813 version of the Jonas Brothers.
Yeah.
You know, all that hair up front, you know, all that dark hair. And I was like, oh my gosh. But my favorite brother was definitely Colin or Benedict.
He'll just break out in song.
Yeah. He did. Colin did break out in song in the movie. Definitely. Oh, my goodness. I didn't see all the other. I had to scroll. I didn't see everyone. Hello, Brittany. Good to see you here. Thank you for coming. And Luana Ford. Hello from Sharpensburg.
That's my dad and my stepmom.
Oh,
Hi,
love
guys.
it. Hey, guys. We love family. Let's see where we're at. Oh, I wanted to also say Colin did break out in song. And Benedict, I wonder where Netflix is taking his character. If I didn't know that he will have his own book, I would have thought that they had decided to make him homosexual. I didn't know. I wasn't sure. But I didn't know if they were going that direction or not. So I'm waiting to see what Netflix does with that. I don't know if they're straying away from the books or not. What was your favorite part? Did you have a favorite part either in the movie or in the Netflix or in the book?
Yes. My favorite part was actually in both the book and in the show, and it was the part where Daphne can't sleep at night, and she wakes up and she goes to the study and she finds Anthony. And it was like kind of in the midst of Anthony being upset about his brother and Simon, or his sister and Simon. And they just kind of have this really authentic brother-sister moment where it's kind of its own thing outside of the relationship between the two of them. And then there's a part where they are trying to figure out how to warm the milk, and they can't warm the milk because the servants usually do that.
Seriously sad, right?
And it just makes them so human, and it just kind of shows the love between the two of them, because you don't see that as much. And then also just it was a pivotal moment between where Daphne starts realizing she has feelings for Simon, or starts admitting it. So
Definitely. How about you?
I'm going back to when she punches him in the face.
Oh, yes.
I just cracked up laughing, loved it. I was like, oh man, yes!
Tough girls. We do like tough girls. In this series, for me, it was a toss-up between, okay, I love the dances, gotta love the dresses, and I loved when the family came together at the Bridgerton home. I loved it when the younger siblings were there watching every word. It was a shoot me now moment. She's sitting there with all her suitors, and the siblings are watching and eating chocolate, and that was just so. Lacey agreed with you when Daphne punches Nigel in the face. That was awesome. And this, I mean, I just loved it. How everything, it was kind of like our family. Everything's always out there. Everybody in the family knows exactly what's happening. You know, I just love that part.
When the suitor would say something, and the girl's like,
I know. Yeah. Like, please, right?
Lame line.
Please exit the building and try again. Yes. You're out of here, man. Just imagine what Cody would do if he got to sit there and watch. Stevers, I'm sorry, but if you had to date in that time period, would you bring chocolate, flowers, or both to Casey?
I don't know, he should bring the dog. That was nice when they brought the dog.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she would prefer a cat. A kitten.
By the sister, but it didn't.
Definitely.
What are you bringing?
Big chocolates. You need big chocolates. Goodness. Okay. And then my favorite part is when Daphne and Simon are fighting over the fact that he's preventing them from having children. And I actually want to read this part from the book because I love the writing in this book. And this is Daphne speaking, and her eyes narrowed into slits. You have chosen to withhold something from me. Well, I've chosen to withhold something from you, me. He was speechless, utterly speechless. She, however, was not. She marched to the door and motioned rudely for him to go through it. Get out of my room, she said. Simon started to shake with rage. I own this room, he growled. I own you. You own nothing but your father's title, she shot back. You don't even own yourself. That, I thought, was a wow moment. Yeah. And for me, I wish they would have put that in Netflix, because for me, I think that was an aha moment for the character Simon to go, I don't even own myself. So I thought that was, Melinda Ford, hello! Hello, Miss Melinda, good to see you!
Hi, Lauren.
I love it. Now, the differences between the book and Netflix. Are you ready for this? If you can remember any, I'm going to list some, but if you remember some of them, please let me know. And I want to throw out a tip. Always read the book first. You will understand the characters better. You will enjoy the movie at a deeper degree. You know, in the movie, I feel bad for actors and actresses. They give a look, and you're like, I have no idea what that look means. But if you read the book, you'll know that she's giving when you get home, I'm going to beat your butt look. You know, but if you didn't read the book, you don't know that, right? So, one difference is how Daphne and Simon met through Nigel Burbrook. In the book, they meet in the library. Simon comes to her aid, and that's when she punches him in the book, is it right? Yeah. And Nigel is drunk. In the Netflix, they meet at the dance when she's running from Nigel, and it's either Nigel or Lady.
Running from Nigel.
Is it Nigel? Okay. Mm-hmm. And she accidentally bumps into Simon. So that's one difference. And in the book, there is no Queen Charlotte mentioned, and there's no prince in the book. And I know it's a royal bummer, because I loved, okay, number one, the hair that they did for the queen. I mean, her hair was up to here and the crown was on top. It was hilarious. Okay, now my husband was mocking all the hairdos, but I had to tell him back in the day that when this book happened, that was all in, and they would actually like do like a bird cage in their hair and have it go up and have birds, and they put little hats up in there. I mean, it was absolute craziness. Another difference is Lord Featherton is barely mentioned in the book. And in fact, I think he passes away. He's mentioned because he's already passed away. The dressmaker, and I'm going to mess up this name, Genevieve Delacroix, okay, is not in the book, but in having read a lot of historical novels, dressmakers are used as characters all the time. So I can see how Netflix would have deepened the characterization in that, and plus it gave a really great reason for the brother to be bad. Let's just say that. Mr. Granville, the artist, is not in the books. Nurse Hopkins, not Lady Danbury, helped Simon speak as a child. And Whistledown's identity isn't revealed until the 4th book, which is Romancing Mr. Bridgerton. Now I know that you haven't gotten to the end of the Netflix yet.
Not yet.
So, spoiler alert. Whistledown is
Penelope.
Okay, I don't know. I don't understand why they use Julie Andrews' voice as Whistledown, because her voice is so recognizable. And I don't see them having her in the, aging Penelope and switching her as the actress in that when they do the Romancing Mr. Bridgerton. So I don't know why they did that.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. It was definitely nice to have a different voice, because you're just guessing the whole time who it might be. But...
Yeah. I actually thought it was Lady Danbury.
I kind of figured that we hadn't met him yet because of Julie Andrews.
Oh, because you recognize him
Yeah.
as Julie Andrews.
Like, when is she going to pop up? This is going to be so exciting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think of that. But, okay, those are the ones I can think of. Did I miss any? If I missed any, please put it in the chat. Okay. Wait. Simon didn't box
I didn't.
in the book. So did I. She agrees. Melinda agrees. Is it Miranda?
Miranda.
Sorry, I actually should put my glasses on. Miranda agrees. Okay, so Simon did not box in the book, but I think that they had Simon box so that he could have someone to, in a movie, you don't hear the character's thoughts, which are internal. So when he was boxing, he had someone to talk to. So you could hear his internal thoughts and his struggles that he was going through. Also, I think it was so that we could all see him without a shirt.
I think so.
I think pretty much. So, Lizzie goes, so did I. Let me read some beautiful writing by Julia Quinn. And here are a few of my favorites. For me, when I read a book, I really fall into the words. I love to hear how writers shape the words to say certain things. And this is from Whistledown. And she says, furthermore, I got to move it over so I can see it. The side of the Stevers, is a Viscount, or how do you say that word?
Viscount.
How do you say it when it's the girl? Viscountess? Viscountess?
The Countess?
It starts with a V. Viscountess.
The Viscountess.
Okay. All right, let's try that again. Furthermore, the sight of the Viscountess and all 8 of her children in one room isn't enough to make one fear one is seeing double or triple or worse. I loved that. Sorry. And then this one is one of the men talking, just a random guy in the ton. Deuce take it, Daff. You're just not like regular females. You're positively normal. That's why they, couldn't have her. Colin's one shoulder shrug matched his lopsided grin to perfection. Amsterdam grew dull. I love that. One shoulder shrug matched his lopsided grin to perfection. Her chest was tingling, her stomach was turning cartwheels, and her knees felt like melted butter. There were rules among friends, commandments really, and the most important one was, thou shalt not lust after thy friend's sister.
Broken.
Broken, completely broken. I need to frame that puppy. When he saw her across a crowded room, his skin grew hot, and when he saw her in his dreams, he went up in flames. This time his kiss wasn't light. It didn't tickle. He devoured. He didn't tease. He possessed. His breath touched only her ear, but her skin prickled across her entire body. And then, this is Penelope, you took advantage of my stupidity. She let out a disbelieving breath, the kind that came from the back of one's throat, right before it closed up in shock. I loved that, right? Because you feel that. We've all had that moment where that breath is caught in the back of your throat. I just thought Julia Quinn did a beautiful job with that writing. Now, ratings. I wasn't going to rate the books. I will admit it. When I thought about doing Spill the Tea, I know, being an author, I know that you pour your heart and your soul into your book. And when someone doesn't give it a good rating, it's like having someone not like your child. It's heartbreaking. And I wasn't going to rate the other authors' books. I didn't feel it was my place, and I didn't want to go there. But because we are comparing the book to Netflix, I'm going to rate the hotness between the two and which I liked better. Okay. So on Sexometer, going from I love it. Going from cold tea to hot tea, what level would you give Netflix? This is Schmexy meter.
Solid, like out of 5?
Out of 5.
Solid 4.7.
4.7.
Well, I wouldn't watch it with my parents.
Oh, I did that. I watched it with poor Duana and my son and my mother-in-law. And oh my God, I got to tell you, I hit that fast forward button like so many times.
And then I think one time you couldn't get to the fast forward. It was
I had an Apple remote. And I'm trying. Lindsay says dynamite. And I'm trying to fast forward to get through this part that's really bad, and I kept hitting the wrong side of it, so it's going back and forth. And my husband goes, "Are you doing that on purpose?" And I was like, "No, really, babe. I'm trying not to." So yeah, it was bad. But
So I would rate it as a 5 because I guess it's also hitting that of, would I watch it with you guys or on my own?
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so I gave the Netflix version 5 tea leaves because it was burn your tongue hot in places. And I don't want my tea to burn my tongue, so it was too uncomfortable. So that was a no. That was too much. The book, I gave 4 tea leaves for hotness and 2 thumbs up because it was just right for me. It was sip and savor, and that's the way I like my tea and my hotness in my books. Now, rating the movie versus the book. Would you give Netflix 5 stars, 4 stars? Where would you give it?
I'm kind of a tough critic, but I would maybe say, I'd say 4.
4 for Netflix? How about you for Netflix?
If I read a book and then I watch Netflix, I want it to really match.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want things to change, even it's small little details.
Kind of like in Harry Potter, yeah.
Yeah, and there's so many to count where things are changed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, son versus daughter and things like that. So I think the book's always better.
Yeah, definitely.
It's always
definitely
better.
Well, I would give, movie for the book, I'm giving 5 tea leaves to the book. For me, the true test of a novel is if I'm willing to share it with my family and friends. And I would hand a copy of Julia Quinn's novel to my mother-in-law, to Dewana, to Casey, to my kids, because I share when I love something. And I would do that with The Duke and I. The Netflix version, I give 4 tea leaves. And while I love seeing the book come alive, the sex for me was over the top. While delectable, how many man buns do I need to see? I'm sorry. So I didn't feel comfortable watching it with my son and my son's girlfriend and my mother-in-law. So anyways, that was a lot for me. All right, book giveaway. Put your name in the chat. We're giving away some books. Steve's going to write down the names, and we're going to draw them out. And is Tommy? Tommy's sleeping.
He's right there.
Okay, my grandson, Mr. T, is going to pull out the names. You got him? All right. All right, come here, Mr. T. Hello, handsome. All right, pick a name. Pick a name. Grab one.
Tommy.
Tommy, which one do you want?
All right, while he's doing that, I'm going to talk about our next Spill the Tea. Our next Spill the Tea is April 21st, 1 p.m. Eastern. We're meeting on a weekday, and I have to tell you, I'm kind of double thinking that because I really enjoyed doing this with Casey and Duana, and I might force them to do it with me again. So that might change. Here, Casey, can you get him to pick some? Duana, would you mind holding up this one right here? In April, we are reading Faithless in Death by Nora Roberts. And I have to tell you, well, it says J.D. Robb. That's one of Nora's pen names. Nora is one of my absolute favorite authors. And I had to put her in here. Go ahead and show me. It is signed by Nora. Well, signed by J.D. Robb, which is Nora. So it is a signed book. And then in May, we're going to be reading a different book. And that one is by Lisa Gardner, and it's Before She Disappeared. And I got to tell you, Lisa Gardner is an awesome writer. And I am really, really looking forward to reading this book. I want to tell you guys why, I want to share with you why I started Spill the Tea. I started Spill the Tea because I wanted to grow as a writer. And part of the journey is reading books written by other people, reading great writing. Sometimes not so great writing, sometimes extraordinary writing that crawls inside you and becomes a part of you. And I could have just read the books by myself and said, okay, that was awesome. I've learned something. Oh, I love how she wrote this or how he wrote this. But I wanted to share. And I wanted to share with my book-loving friends and have fun with it. And that's why we decided, it definitely sounds like a good book, Brittany. And that's why we decided to do Spill the Tea. Did you? Oh, okay. All right. This name has even been drooled on, so it's extra special. Oh, Casey. Casey doesn't count, Stevers. You can't put Casey in there. I can't.
Like I'm picking my mommy.
Yeah, you can't pick your mommy, baby. I know. I love you too.
I'll pick you, Lolly.
You pick me? Okay, I'm just going to grab one out then. That one can't go. It can't be my son-in-law. Stevers, you can't put family in
He
here.
picked another one.
You can't be in there. Brittany, finally! Brittany! She's getting the Julia Quinn. We need two more names that are not... It can be Duana's family, but it can't be my family. Oh, perfect. Uh-oh. We're going to take the two on top. Perfect, Tommy. Thank you very much. Can't be Duana.
Here's your other one.
Oh.
Dad.
It's your dad. You're getting a signed book from me. And Miranda.
Miranda. All
Yay!
right.
This has been super fun. I want to thank you for joining me, you guys. As always, you will find me writing on the porch. Be here next month for our next Spill the Tea. But bye for now. Hugs, everybody.